Hi, I'm Dani S, and I am the co-founder of the Connecticut Film Initiative.
And I'm Christina S. I'm also co-founder of the Connecticut Film Initiative and our Film for Therapy movement. I just want to say how excited I am to be here today to be debuting our documentary-style PSA on the TV station that I actually got my start in television years ago. When I was probably 16 years old, I used to come to this station, and that was the camera that I used to run. So it's awesome to be in my hometown and be here sharing our work and our passion with you today. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching. We just want to give you a little bit of a background on what we're doing with this mission and how we came to create the Connecticut Film Initiative and Film for Therapy.
So it all started a long time ago when Christina and I actually met on set. Being performers first, we've done a lot of work in front of the camera, but later on down the line, we came back together to kind of form this initiative that gives a platform for filmmakers and entertainers to be able to express themselves and do things creatively on a very lucrative platform. But then aside from that, at our first production meeting, we had one of our members come up to us and said, you know, I think maybe it would be a great idea. You guys are really into helping others and doing what you're doing here in the initiative. Maybe you should reach out and do something with nonprofits. And a light bulb went off in our heads, and it just snowballed from there. And we've had an amazing response just by interacting with our members from the beginning. Everyone was really on board and excited to work with nonprofits in the state to help use the medium of film as a healing tool and as a way to market these organizations that might not have a lot of resources just starting out. So it's been beneficial on both ends, for sure. And that's the idea of how Film for Therapy came to be and was born.
So we noticed that both of us throughout our lives have always been drawn to the arts, whether it be visual arts, performing arts. It just seemed to be that film was the medium that is my passion as I got further involved in all types of acting and being on either stage or using the medium of television, studying my craft. We didn't realize as we were artists that we were being able to alleviate any kinds of anxiety with society and things that are going on through art. And art therapy is a huge industry, but film therapy, we just kind of came up with, why can't film be healing as well? So after we came up with the idea, it just kind of hit me that there's two kinds of artists that I've encountered and that I've met in my personal journey, and that's people who channel their pain into their art directly, or people who escape their pain through art. And in most cases, it actually is both. So what we want to do is we want to offer people who work through nonprofit workshops, people who've gone through very heavy issues, to come on board to work on films for therapy with us and have that outlet, that creative expression, to be able to create something meaningful, to create something bigger than ourselves and get a message out there. At the end of every Film for Therapy piece, we hope to promote that film for social injustices, for issues that we advocate for causes. And so it just kind of took on something and formed its own mission that's so much greater than us. And so Film for Therapy became what sets us really apart and what we really want to bring throughout the state. There's nothing like that really exists here. And seeing the response that we've been getting, we're just so grateful to see how much people want to just get on board and want to come and be a part of what we do.
Yeah, and what was also really kind of shocking about this whole thing was from the beginning, when we first started the idea of Film for Therapy, we did, a search online to see who else might be doing something like this, and we found nothing, not only in Connecticut, but across the country. It was kind of, like Christina mentioned, the one thing that really could set us apart from just being a production company that does entertainment pieces. And if anyone's ever been on a film set or worked behind the camera, in front of the camera, it's a very intimate process. The creative process, all the way from the beginning to the brainstorming, all the way through to post-production and to the finished piece. It's a very tight space. You're spending 12 to 14 hours together a day. We keep our crews very small, so everyone does have that nice connection and everyone can flow really well together without a lot of different hands in the pot. So altogether, as a medium, artistically, it's very intimate opposed to other types of mediums of art, our creativity.
So what we want to show you today is our first Film for Therapy piece. It was our inaugural project. Yay. We are so excited to get this out there. What we want to do is highlight the amazing work of Anna Gopian, founder of TriCircle Incorporated. TriCircle Inc. runs out of Connecticut, and Anna created a 3-step method to heal those with drug addiction affliction. So what we're showing you today is footage that we were able to shoot in just one day. We came together, we took some amazing individuals that are serving on her board of directors, people who were directly afflicted with this disease, who know the pain that have gone through either losing a loved one or recovering themselves. So the atmosphere on set that day when we shot this was just one of tremendous healing, tremendous just getting all of that pain out there and using that to give voices to people who have lost their voices. Yes. And it was probably the most challenging work we've ever done, but the most rewarding piece that I've ever been a part of. It was our directorial debut and our debut as producers. And being on the set that day, just kind of taking a step back and hearing these people share these incredibly powerful stories, emotional, just was incredible.
Yeah, it was a really powerful day on set, and what I really loved about that day we were all working together is you could just see the support and encouragement and how people who may have not known each other before the shoot day really came together and not only healed, but like bonded, made friends, made all of these different connections that helped them flourish and grow mentally. And it was a really exhausting day because of all that, but at the end it was truly remarkable to see everyone come together. And unfortunately, it's a piece that also resonates with so many people, and it's had such a positive response for Anna and her program because it is so unique and it does fill a lot of gaps that are currently in the system. So
yeah, we were able to meet with all of the talent that was in front of the screen. Everyone who spoke, they are not actors, they are real life people who had gone through the pain that this disease causes. And getting to humanize, to see footage, we were coming up with, Dani and I did storyboarding and directing and all of that, and we're trying to think of what can we do to make this humanistic, to show the people that are behind what happens when this disease hits. And looking at home video footage of people whose lives were lost, seeing them as children, seeing what their families had gone through, and hearing these amazing, just beautiful souls speak from the heart about the pain of losing people. And it's just like, this needs to stop. So we're here to highlight the positive of how people move forward, how we give voices to the cause, but also to heal and to promote that that art healing, being on a film set and being able to work for something greater than us. It was incredibly challenging but powerful, and the reception that we're getting is just amazing. So we were able to actually work with someone who generously donated her home to allow us to film for the day. And we met with some of the on-screen talent prior to filming, so we got to connect as human beings, person to person. You'll see a few clips in between where they're behind the scenes footage of us just sitting around, just getting to know everyone. We didn't want to be the filmmakers that are here for a day and then gone. We want to hear the stories. We want to know why this hits home for so many. So what we did is we're still in touch. I mean, we still...
absolutely. We keep in touch with everyone. We message each other from time to time. We're constantly supporting Anna, on social media with what she's doing, and her work is incredible. And even on set, what was really nice is a lot of these people had never been on camera before. So it was really important that Christina and I made an atmosphere that was very chill and comfortable, because being in front of a camera, if you've never done it before, is a very unnatural feeling. So we wanted to make sure that everyone was really cool. That's why it was important we all sat down and talked to each other. It was an interview style. Christina guided them as they talked about what they had gone through. But at the end of the day, it was really important that our sets weren't, filmmaking vibe. We wanted everyone to feel really comfortable in a setting that normally people don't do.
We were in a home. We we did the whole lighting check and doing all of the film technical things on our own. So when the talent, the on-camera talent got there, who are just amazing real stories,
Yes.
filming in a home environment. We had lunch together. We, of course, I mean, it's me, if you know me, coffee was involved. We brought coffee. We had
Vital.
we made it as comfortable as we could, and that's what we continue to strive to do.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to be working with an amazing CT Alive, which is an amazing nonprofit for domestic violence, and we'll also be working with equine rescue next. And what we do is we don't film on a set. We film in a comfortable, intimate atmosphere where everyone can just be themselves and share their story. And then we'll take care of all the film things later with editing and all of that we'll do on our own. But just being in that environment, hearing those raw, real stories. I mean, it inspired me as the person making the film. We watched this footage probably like 50 times, putting pieces together, and got emotional every time we saw it. So
yeah,
I mean, it's just something that's bigger than us.
Yes, it is, truly. And moving forward, now that this project is one in the books and we're looking to do our next few, what's also really nice is we are able to bring on new crew members, new filmmakers who are eager to work and learn. So it's a great opportunity for other filmmakers to get jobs. We, of course, give paying opportunity because that's what we do. We're professional, and that's the kind of persona and platform we're providing. So it's really important and vital that with each new project, we're working with new faces and new people, and it's a great way to build that network and that connection with other filmmakers, creatives, and nonprofits in the state.
Yeah, so we're always available to chat. We want to hear from you if you want to have your work featured, if you run a nonprofit, if you know someone who might want to get their story out there, or if you know someone who wants to work in film. We do have our entertainment division as well. So please visit our website. We are ctfilminitiative.com. We are on Facebook and Instagram with the same handle, CT Film Initiative. And so just feel free to reach out. We're here. We're not unapproachable. We want to talk to you. We want to sit with you. We'll meet, and over coffee we'll have a conversation about how we can get you involved and what we can do. And
anything with coffee.
Anything with coffee, I'm there, you know. So we want to be able to keep getting these stories out there, and hearing what's going on in Connecticut, especially hearing about all of these organizations and these amazing pioneers in entrepreneurship. And we were just at an entrepreneur pitch competition the other day, and we were the recipients of the winning award for that, to be able to continue to do what we do. And hearing what's out there in our state, we want to highlight that. We want to highlight businesses that are here to do something more than their work, that want to bring issues to the forefront, and we want to be able to showcase that and help you get that out there. So please feel free, reach out to us. We're here.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so I really hope that you're able to enjoy and take away a message from this piece today of what we're here to do. I hope that you can look at this and just, get the word out there with us. Feel free to share this. If you're watching today, get the message out there with what Anna's work is, what disease is so rampant out there that needs to be addressed. What we did in this piece is we not only want to highlight that, but we want to highlight art healing as well. So, feel free to share this with people who want to be able to be a part of the art healing movement. Come on board with us and be a part of Film for Therapy. We, even behind the scenes, if you want to come and do something like, behind the scenes photography, we'll get you involved.
Yeah, just to help out, get your feet wet. If you're not sure, if you're new, just let us know. We're happy to bring new faces on board, like I mentioned. So.
Yeah, and we have a lot of projects coming up that this particular piece was so just gut-wrenching to film, but we want to take all of that raw emotion and put that out there. We will have some pieces that we're looking to do inspirational. We want to advocate for women, particularly women in the film industry, because it is such a largely male-dominated field. We want to, we're girl power too, so so we want to be able to get that out there too. But we are both from Connecticut. Our Connecticut Film Initiative is statewide, so we are traveling around the state promoting this cause, getting some press out there. We're super grateful for the traction that we've received. We just had a piece in the Waterbury Republican paper for highlighting the Connecticut Entrepreneur Awards, which we were at. So promoting this idea in every way that we can, and we would love if you were able to do that as well. And just please, when you're watching this piece, just keep in mind that these are all real people. These are all real stories. The issues that we face in society today, these are all too raw and all too real. And the issues that anyone can have with stemming from anxiety, with the increasing dangers in society, those issues can snowball. And we're here to bring awareness to that and advocate for these causes while making art.
Yes, so thank you.
Matt and Kyle were very, very close as kids. They were like best of friends. So Matt was a jokester. Everything was always funny with him if he wasn't stressed out. He was best friends with his brother. Kyle recorded in studios, wrote his own music, was always like the jokester and the clown. The two of them together were two peas in a pod.
Krista was a very loving and caring person. She was all about family. She loved her family very much. She'd do anything for anybody. She was the kind of girl who liked to make people laugh, would do anything for absolutely anybody. She was completely full of life.
He just had this heart that was so refreshing, and he was so interesting to talk to. He was just wise beyond his years, creative, funny, very, very artistic, and had mental health issues from a very early age.
My addiction has started way before the drugs and alcohol came into play. Self-esteem, self-worth. I had an eating disorder at a young age, and that carried on. I always considered myself like the party girl, and that was always my excuse. But deep down, I was hiding. I was kind of hiding behind that party girl, I guess you can say.
The work that I do, the reason I get out of bed, the vision I have, the mission and the purpose is all because of my recovery. My 20th year in recovery, I ended up in a mental hospital because I didn't want to be here anymore. I was without purpose. I was in recovery, but I hadn't treated the real symptom to the problem. The drugs weren't the problem, they were the solution to a very long, old problem.
They got introduced to a pill in high school. Somebody bought in OxyContin, and I don't think they really knew what they were playing with and the effects that would ultimately end their life.
You know, it started off with drinking and doing that kind of stuff. She was the last person you'd ever expect to get into this kind of stuff. She got involved with the wrong guy who introduced her to heroin, and you know, it took off from there.
By the time Ben was 16, it was difficult to even get him into the car, to go to his appointments, and to have, you know, medication as needed. And then by the time he was probably 18, we could see that it was going in a different direction for Ben.
Last year, there was a detective that did tell my mom I probably wouldn't be found alive. I ruined friendships, I ruined relationships with my loved ones, my family. I couldn't hold a job. I've overdosed, I've almost died so many times, and I'd say the past 10 years, it's been a roller coaster. It's been up and down. I couldn't stay sober for more than like 3 months.
We're losing 200 individuals a day to this crisis. The system we have in place isn't really broken, but it is siloed, and the shame and stigma attached to this disease prevents people from reaching out for treatment.
After she passed away, I was pretty angry, and I pretty much gave up on my life. That was, she meant everything to me. I continued to use for quite a while, you know, and when my daughter Jacqueline got pregnant, I got clean myself, and that was about 8 years ago, actually, just over 8 years ago. Like, that's a life mission of mine at this point in time. Do what I can to give back to absolutely anybody else, and to this, to try and stop the stigma of this, you know what I mean? Stop people from having to be ashamed by the fact of why their kid passed away.
I feel that the problem, even with Matthew, who suffered from bipolar, that his mental health, nobody addressed the mental health. I felt that you would do a 28-day, and they were able to make their own treatment plans, and it was obviously not a good treatment plan because they had the ability to dictate how it was going to work for them. So it was just constantly banging my head against the wall.
There are gaps in the system where My son Ben fell through a gap, and what we need is comprehensive, long-term, real solutions to this epidemic that is claiming 200 lives a day now. And it doesn't appear to be getting better, though I think we've come a long way. We have a long, long way to go, and I would love to be part of this solution and have Ben's life not lived in vain. I feel like he is here guiding me and helping me and thinking my thoughts with me, and I'm counting on him really to help us through to see TriCircle Inc. come to full implementation.
The message I want to give people about TriCircle Incorporated is that we provide the tools to build strong futures. We're in the very beginning stage. We can say it's infancy. It's only 2.5 years. We're at breakneck speed when it comes to establishing our intentions, a 3-phase plan. But the message I want to give is that there's hope, that the people that we're losing and the people that I'm meeting and the people that need help, that there's other ways and means and multiple pathways to, provide the resources.
Anna has been a support since I connected with her recently, actually. Her mission is to help others, and she's just so loving, and I'm really blessed and proud that I'm a part of her life because she's helping me a lot. It's okay to hurt, and it's okay to ask for help.
TriCircle Inc. is a fantastic organization. The hope and support groups that they hold are irreplaceable. They need to know that, they need to find some hope, and they need that support from other people that are going through the same thing. It's important to put this message out there, and it's important to get the change that's necessary to end this stigma and help the people that are going through this process.
But there's many, many reasons. There's a lot of history to TriCircle. And helping individuals and families that are affected by substance use disorders, it's our mission, through education, through community engagement, providing resources, connectivity, the community that we serve. I believe that the stigma and isolation are just as detrimental as the disease itself.
TriCircle's in phase 1 now, and tomorrow is when we need to be at phase 3. In the full implementation, it will have 3 5-month cycles of a continuum of care that is all under one roof. The way we're losing people are in the gaps where they fall through the cracks. But for people to have all the resources they need, which is what TriCircle will offer, they need a longer program.
My process, my recovery, is my recovery, so it's individual. What I found out is that this is a system that tries to cookie cutter an individual, and you can't do that when you're treating this disease. It's very individualized. But to be able to express the multitude of opportunities and different ways of doing things, I wanted to start exploring in, all different facets. One whole person. It's not just about stopping the use of a substance. It's about learning how to live. And who can come is anybody that has a question, because there's no stupid question. So you want to come to a meeting and ask more questions. The best way to get on the other side of this disease is to ask questions. It is education, is community. So who should come? Anybody. Everybody knows someone. So it doesn't matter if age, race, sexual identity, creed, religion, politics, wealth, disability. The disease has no mercy.
I'm Cece Iliff, and together we are stronger.
So I'm Liz Fitzgerald, and together we are stronger.
I'm Fred Hayden, and together we are stronger.
My name is Emily Abrahamian, and together we are stronger.
I'm Anna Gopian, and together we're stronger.
Hi, I'm Dani Scott, and I am the co-founder of the Connecticut Film Initiative.
I'm Christina S. I'm also co-founder of the Connecticut Film Initiative and our Film for Therapy movement.
So the Film for Therapy movement is a specific area within our initiative that focuses on bridging film and local community outreach programs together through the medium of film. It's a twofold process. The first one is we obviously want to utilize the medium of film to advocate for these social causes by promoting local communities and what they're doing to make a change. But then secondly, we also want to use the medium of film as a way to bring together members of these communities who have overcome these afflictions as a healing way to cope with what they've been through, because filmmaking is a very intimate process. So to be able to bring people together to create that as a healing way is something that we want to do within our initiative.
Our Film for Therapy movement chose TriCircle Incorporated as our first project for a special reason. The disease of addiction is rampant, does not discriminate, and it knows no boundaries. But there is hope. The hope that we've seen through Anna and her mission in TriCircle Incorporated inspired us to create a further bridge between our healing movement in Film for Therapy and our movement to have voices be heard. We seek to give voices to those who have lost theirs. And through our Film for Therapy initiative, in our Connecticut Film Initiative, we want to partner with communities and inspire that growth, speak for social change. There is hope, and together we are stronger.
When you're gone and your life is over, what will they say? What will they say? When you're gone, 'cause you won't get sober, what will they say? What will they say? I don't wanna live life like this no more. I don't. Every time that I say I'll get clean, but I know I won't. I've been battling all this time, it's killing me. And I'm trying to get sober, but it's hard for me.
Let me speak on addiction from the voice of an addict, from someone who's battled to get where they're at on a chance knowing some never have it. Let me speak for the victims, for the families, the lives that are shattered, for the ones that you say had a choice that they made in their life, so their lives never mattered. This one's for Micah, Michelle, then it's Adam. Ryan almost dying in my car in Lantanas. I'm driving, I'm trying to revive him. I'm watching his lights dim. You think that it's mind over matter? It doesn't matter. Disease or a choice, and you tease and exploit, so you squeezing your points. And the person in needs at that teetering point, going deeper when all they really need is a voice.
Thank you so much for watching and taking the time out of your day to do so. We really appreciate the support, and again, together we are stronger.